Hello guys, today we will talk about the service worker and we will try to understand this. Okay, so in my previous video, I was talking about the PWA, and in the PWA, one of the core feature was the offline support for the web application, right? So this is like very good feature, which is like the core of the PWA. Okay, so we need to understand how it works, okay, and what is that service worker is. So the first thing, this normally any application, when you are having your any web application, you send the request, it goes directly to the web server. But in case of the service worker is available in your client-side browser, and it works as the proxy for your browser. Okay, so here is like there are a few core things which we need to understand. One is like this is the core of the PWA, right? The next point is the service worker works in the worker thread. So the good advantage is that your application works in the main thread. So your application performance will not affect anything due to the service worker because it runs in the separate thread. Second point is no DOM access. No DOM access is like because your service worker works in the worker thread, it cannot access your DOM. Okay, and this is fully asynchronous. So when this is fully asynchronous, you cannot use any web API here which was in the synchronous mode. Okay, so just keep all this point in mind. The third point is this service worker works in the HTTPS mode, and due to the security concern, it is always use the HTTPS. Except your local host, you can run and test in your local system. Okay, but otherwise, like whenever you are deploying, your server should always support the HTTPS. The service worker behaves as an event-driven approach. So whenever you are not using this, so this will be ideal. And when you need it or any event comes, it will restart by one. Okay. And next point is uses promise. It handles all the requests by using the promises, so that like let's say if it want to fetch some your network resources, it will fetch that and will store in your cache. So it will wait till the time it's not getting the response from the server. So that kind of the implementation where we need it uses the promise. Okay. In the next topic, we need to understand what are the use cases for the service worker. So the first point is the caching resources. So you can define your cache object, like what are things you want to cache, either it is HTML or JavaScript file or CSS, images and font files. So all these files are the static resources which you want to cache it, so that if you don't have the network also, you will be able to load your application. Okay, so and like this is very important when you are building the application cell architecture. Okay, next point is it caches application data in persistent storage. So it stores all the data in the IndexedDB. Okay, and it is like independent of your browser cache, so it is not affecting your browser caching. Next point is intercept network request. It is always intercepting the network request. Yeah, so what kind of the functionality you want to implement when you are sending the request, what the behavior you want to implement for the service worker, you can define, because we have multiple strategies how your network request should behave. Either it should cache first, or it should only serve from the cache. So there are multiple strategies which we can implement for the caching part here. Okay, the next point is handle the push notification. This is also very important feature in our web application, because when let's say your user is not using the application, it is not active your app, right? Then also you can send the notification to increase your user engagement with the application. So this is also very good feature. The next is the background synchronization. So when we support the offline functionality in your application, this is also like very important. So your user can work and do all the operation in the client side application, and whenever the internet is available, then it start the synchronization by on. So that's where it triggers the sync event, where the service worker starts synchronization, the whole data, whatever the operation you have done in the client side, that will be sent back to the server. So this is like also very important feature in the service worker. In the next video, I will talk about more about the service worker life cycle and events. Okay, thank you for watching this video.